Welcome to Game 4 of the Boston Celtics pregame show. The old bull has made a second arrival, graced us with his presence for hopefully what is a closeout game. The Celtics, Dad, undefeated in closeout games this postseason. They've handled their business. Knock on wood, but none undefeated on the road. There's a lot of things going on right here, Dad. They've been through this. They were undefeated in the last series. They owned it. They were undefeated on the road last series. They owned it. This team has lived up to all expectations. How do you feel about tonight?
I feel pretty good. Not amazing. I feel pretty good.
Make sure you talk to the mic.
The road killers are back. Okay. Love to keep that streak going. Lots on the, not just the championship, some history's on the line tonight.
Yep.
The Celtics have a chance. This could be the greatest postseason run in Celtics history, which is saying something. No Celtics team's ever gone 16-2 in the postseason. So that is on the line. And, the only team that would be ahead of them is that one Golden State Warriors. That's pretty impressive. So,
yeah,
there's a lot on the line tonight. And I feel like you're going to know within the first 5 minutes if this is going to be a slaughter or it's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
If Dallas, the first 5 minutes, they come out and they just look like they don't care, get the, cue the Geno music in Dallas. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a run. But, hey, if they have any pride, you'll know in the first 5 minutes if it's going to be a battle. And if it's going to be a battle, it doesn't mean the Celtics can't win. We can still overpower that. So,
really where the Celtics set themselves apart is that third and fourth quarter. And, towards the end of the second quarter, when the Dallas Mavericks start to get a bit gas, when Luka starts to get a big gas, when he's front rimming things. So, I expect them to come out hot just like they did. But I also expect them to answer. This Celtics team is battle tested. That was the thing. What he said. Everyone said we weren't battle tested, but this team has come back from some pretty big deficits this playoffs. Deficits they maybe shouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
But they don't give up. They say never say die. And I absolutely love it. So I'm super confident this game. I think that the Mavs are going to come out swinging, but the wheels will fall off. They're going to turn into the Mavs. I haven't really seen any adjustments from the team, the Mavericks team, that has made me concerned that Jason Kidd is going to suddenly become a good coach because, overall, you can tell he's getting pissy with the media. He's getting, snappy. I don't know if you saw the clip of him, the media person asked him, why'd you call that timeout when you guys were on that great run after the defensive rebound? It's like, what timeout? And the media person didn't know the exact time of the timeout, but everyone knew what timeout he was talking about. So I think Jason Kidd is rattled. I think he's been rattled since halfway through game one because he's been pulling garbage.
Yeah, the kid is getting outworked, no pun intended, the kid, by the actual kid, Missoula.
Yeah.
He's just coaching circles around him. So, Missoula's made you and I eat a lot of our words, which is terrific. We're so glad of that. Oh, we're going to watch the parade. That's a good question, Ramona. But, man, it's, Porzingis, I guess, is playing tonight. That's a big deal. Hopefully that motivates the team because his injury is legit. And for him to fight, he's been, I guess, fighting with the medical staff, tooth and nail to get out there. Hopefully that even motivates the team a little bit, even if he only plays very little. And hopefully they take it. A lot of people have asked me, hey, don't you kind of want them to win it at home? I don't want to risk that.
No,
I just don't want to risk. No, take care of business tonight. You set all sorts of records if you win tonight. They would have won, I think tonight would be 10 road wins in a row. Yep. That's insane in the playoffs. 10 road wins in a row, 11 playoff wins in a row. 16-2 for this postseason. That is called a historic team. Finish the business tonight. Absolutely.
Yep.
Our buddy Ron Stevens.
What's up, Ron?
In. Hey.
And I just noticed Ramona's on YouTube. So thanks for joining us on YouTube. Probably subscribe, Ramona. It really means a lot to us. We love to see that subscribe button go up. That subscribe number go up.
I'm pretty sure she's a subscriber.
Yeah. Oh, she definitely is.
Top 5 fan.
So thank you for that. Yep. And Scott Johnson, bring out the brooms. Yeah, Scott.
Scott's confident. I love it.
And my dad mentioned the records. I think this would be the first time any team has swept the conference finals and the finals.
It would be.
Yeah.
History.
This team, they're so dang good. And, Jason Tatum talked about the defense, right? And nobody on this team wants to be the weakest link on defense. And I'm having a really hard time thinking of a weak link on defense. Even Peyton Pritchard has put Luka Doncic in jail. Everyone has played a great defensive series. And he talked about one big reason why is because Drew Holiday, right? Drew Holiday
Yeah.
elevates it, and Drew Holiday has been way more than advertised. He has
Yeah.
been amazing, and he's brought it so businesslike, so calm. Ron, I hate ESPN so bad. I wish
Yeah.
Shaq and
So
yeah,
Shaq did pick the Cavaliers, but Barkley
the Mavericks.
has. I mean, sorry, the Mavericks. Barkley has picked the Celtics to win the championship since the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
When he saw what we looked like at the very beginning of the year, he goes, "Celtics win the championship." So Barkley. I like Barkley.
Oh yeah.
I disagree with you there, Ron. I like him. He's very.
No, he's saying he wishes
kid.
it was Shaq and Barkley. He doesn't like ESPN.
Oh,
No,
my bad, Ron.
I totally agree with you, Ron.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, that pre and post game show on TNT is far superior to the ESPN one. My bad, but yeah. Absolutely. So
I mean, and that's one big reason why we're here. Outside of the fact that I wanted an opportunity to talk to my dad, because we were doing this anyways outside of the video.
Yeah.
But I was just so tired of the garbage pregame, postgame, how many ads they shove into it. So being able to come here, talk to people that actually enjoy the Celtics, actual fans, this is where I want to be. And this is what we've been dreaming about all year. One game, literally one game.
One game away.
We've watched this team win. I don't even know the number, how many games, right? Somewhere close to 80 games this season. And now we are one win away. Everyone's thinking about next year, this, that. No.
Yeah.
There's teams that haven't even won a championship, and we're one game away.
Matt,
guys.
You're a little off. We haven't been watching 80 games. We've been watching this team.
Every game
for a long time, waiting for this moment. This is the moment we've been waiting for. And it's, we're always wondering, are they ever going to grow up? Are they ever going to get over that hump? Are they ever going to learn their lessons? And we've been monitoring them all year. All of our shows, all of our pre-games, post-game, we've just been seeing them grow before our eyes. And it's a special occasion. This is a big deal for them to win a championship so young.
Yep.
Tatum's going to sign another max contract. We're going to have Tatum and Brown for 4 more years guaranteed. And all the extra revenue this championship's going to bring in is very likely going to sign Derek White. We're going to have Derek White, Porzingis, Holiday, Tatum, Brown for at least minimum 3 more years after this.
Yep.
I mean, this is a big deal, guys. And, this is the next great franchise in the NBA. And we'll be prepared because we're gonna have some epic battles with OKC coming up in the future.
We'll see.
Me foreshadowing, and it's amazing that Tatum at 26 years old is gonna win his first title when LeBron and Michael Jordan won it at 28. All right, people like to throw crap in Tatum's face. He's 2 years away from when those two won it. So
and Scott Johnson, you mentioned Tatum having a fourth. I mean, Tatum is 30 points away from having the most points scored under 26 and under in history in the NBA. And that's more than Kobe, Michael Jordan, LeBron. LeBron and Kobe were out of high school, right? So they started, when they're 18. So that's a big deal. And you're right. I mean, we are definitely primed for the future. This is it. This is what we all dreamed of. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum hitting their primes, hitting in stride, having a great core around them. And Ron, I did hear one commentator say Kyrie does not want to come back to Boston this series. We have his number, Ron. I mean, and whether he likes it or not, he finished that last game 5 for 15. 5 for 15. He was off. He did not look good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm shocked he has not blown up on anybody yet. Yeah. Kyrie has found a way mentally to not rattle, but I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for him to shake.
Yeah, we're going to know in the first 5 minutes, people. This is either going to be a comfortable blowout. If Dallas does not look like they have it in the first 5 minutes, they are done.
Yep.
They mailed it in. They already made their vacation plans. They don't want to go back to Boston. Otherwise, it's going to be a battle. We can still pull it out. And there's so many things to look forward to. I am really looking forward to we winning it and seeing how Brown and Tatum embrace each other, because the media has been trying to divide them for no reason whatsoever this postseason, and they've both been pushing back on it. And to me, it'll just feel amazing if we see them like legitimately embracing, appreciating, loving each other, and just basically shoving it in all of these people's faces. Because I tell you, I've been watching the Get Up, First Take, Colin Cowherd. Nobody is owning the fact that every one of them picked Dallas. They're
Yeah.
all just coming up with excuses why the Celtics are winning.
Nick
And then
Wright,
they,
Stephen A. Smith, all those
all
guys. Yeah,
those clowns, they're
it's been
like,
awful.
oh, it's it's because of Doncic. Oh, and they'll go, oh, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Celtics are great.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. But man, if Doncic, if he grew up, he's not
Yeah,
grown
and then
up
you have
yet.
Isaiah
It's like,
Thomas.
No, clown.
Yeah, exactly. And you have Isaiah Thomas coming out saying Kyrie's the second best player in the series. I don't know if you saw that. Our Isaiah Thomas, the Celtic Isaiah Thomas. It's like, what are you guys doing? And of course, that's clear as day. Kyrie is certainly not the second best player in this series. And you mentioned Ron. If they sign the crew, all they need is a Big Al replacement. Big Al's here for next year. I don't know if he'll retire if we win this one. I think one thing. Big Al stayed in college to win back-to-back national championships.
Yeah.
There's a good chance he wants back-to-back NBA championships, and he absolutely loves it here, right? You see his kid on the sideline, his kids in the his family loves it here. His sister is huge Celtics fan. This is Al's home. What a absolutely huge game. Really had a Stephen A. Smith. Really had to say Stephen A. Smith. And one of the things, like, that guy is an absolute clown. He picked the Mavericks in 6. Nick Wright picked the Mavericks in 5. I mean, everyone, it's a shame.
Nick Wright, Mavericks in 5.
Really, but they got us to talk about him, right? Yeah. Congratulations, and this is why I don't watch any of that crap.
Yeah, no one's owning it. They're just making up excuses why the Celtics are winning. And I get my sources have told me, not necessarily breaking news, Horford's coming back.
Yeah,
so he is coming back.
Yeah,
so don't you worry about that. If I had my way, Horford and Porzingis wouldn't play the first half of next year. They would just, I don't know.
Yeah,
just hang out in the gym, shoot around, relax, and just come back like after the All-Star break if I had my way. And, because we're just going to still coast to the playoffs. Those two guys, you see how important they both are, And I mean, can you you think we dominated now? Can you imagine if Porzingis has been playing the whole time and healthy? Like, holy cow.
Yep.
So,
And the only ones that are talking about next year are the ones that are playing golf right now. And not for nothing, you can't win a championship with 2 main point scorers. I'm sorry, it's done tonight. I completely agree, Ramona. They're searching so hard for some sort of scoring. They had Tim Hardaway Jr. playing 16 minutes. Tim Hardaway Jr. Guess the last time he made a shot?
0 points.
Guess the last time he made a shot?
When?
May 18th. I was 30 still. I feel like I've been 31 forever. Yeah. I mean, he hasn't made a shot. They had him playing quality minutes. Jason Kidd went 11 guys deep in the first quarter. Yeah. I mean, talk about searching for some sort of solution. And they just can't. They can't, Ramona.
Yeah. And, Celtics are a complete team. Absolutely, Scott Johnson. And that goes back to, however you feel about Tatum, Brown, Irving, Doncic, who is better? I don't care. Considering those 4 cancel themselves out, you talk about an absolute slaughter and annihilation from players 3 through 7 on.
Yep.
After that, I mean, you're talking about like second graders play against 6th graders. It's just not even close. You take our top 2 guys and then their top 2 guys. Okay, eliminate them. And then let's grade the next 5, 6 guys. It is so lopsided. And that, Scott, is the reason why. That's it. You're right. It's a complete team. And everyone was just mesmerized by Doncic's flashiness here and there. This pretty play. Pretty play. Yep. Oh, look at him talking smack. He's amazing. Oh, Irving. Oh, look at that pretty dribble and shot. Everyone's just memorized by offense. But, unlike the NFL now, defense still wins championships. And defense wins championships in the NBA. And even with our best player struggling with his shot, we are still
getting high-level defense
souls. Yep. We are just sucking their soul out of their body and eating it, even with Tatum struggling. That's how good we are.
And you got Ramona here, right? Great point about the coaching, Ramona. We talked about Mazzulla's flowers, but overall, you can tell how good our coaching staff is. Yeah. And Scott mentioned how complete our team is. The coaching staff's complete. Every single one of our assistants is getting poached or talked about. They're in some sort of circulation. Yeah. I mean, Brad Stevens is just an amazing job at crafting a wonderful just support system for our players, the right players, Kessel, all those guys. I've been over the moon about them. So it's a gap on both ends. So
It really is.
yeah.
And Ron Stevenson already playing my games in the
Yeah.
offseason.
Yeah, I would
You
it.
talk about messing with LeBron and the Lakers if we took his kid. Do we have our first round pick this year?
We have our first round pick, number
we do.
30.
I'm so used to not having one. We haven't had one in forever. So that would I don't really want him. He's a project, and he's surprisingly small. I don't think he's going to be anything. I just think he has a name, I mean, maybe his father pushes him, to work hard and he becomes like a role player, but that would be funny. I tell you, Ron, like that whole dynamic. Well, LeBron, maybe you could opt out of your contract and come for a veteran minimum here.
It would honestly be like the perfect time for a Step Brothers reference where LeBronny's just like, I want to join the family business. He's like, I'm a professional basketball player, Bronny. But LeBron's actually making it happen. It's insane. I cannot believe.
We're a family of doctors. No doctor,
Dr. Novak.
He's a doctor.
No,
you're not joining the family business unless you're a secretary.
Yeah, he has some heart issues. There's a lot there with Bronny. I don't understand. This guy, LeBron, you are one of the richest men to ever walk this earth, and you're gonna let your son with car. I mean, that's a whole conversation.
That kid should be playing a couple more years of college. He really should be.
Or just not. He almost died. He had a heart attack. It's an odd play.
It's a little scary.
All that matters, guys.
Yeah, let's move on anyway.
All that matters is that we are one game away from the finals, and I just want to shut this down tonight. My dad's here. I want to go to the parade. Ramona, you talked about the parade. I anticipate going to the parade. I'm just so hopeful we come out guns blazing, and I think that's what our guys are. I think that's in our team's DNA this year, and well, I think we're like, what's crazy is we've actually had so many bad shooting games. We're due for one good shooting game.
We really
can that please be tonight?
I think it's going to be, because there's no pressure. We're up 3-0 really. It's like, I mean, we don't want to lose, but if we do, everyone knows we go back to Boston, and then we're just gonna, slam the hammer down on these guys.
Yeah.
So, And Ramona, you're right. I've heard this, and other people are right too. Brad Stevens, he's the true MVP.
Yeah.
I call him the assassin in a suit. That guy, that goofy, dorky, he is just an absolute killer.
Yeah.
He is going to be where Danny Ainge was for a while, where nobody wants to deal with him.
Yep.
Brad Stevens like, hey, this is Brad Stevens for the Celtics. Teams are going to be hanging up on him. Click.
Yep.
And they're going to be yelling at their secretary. I told you, no calls from Brad Stevens. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
So that guy is just amazing. And I think we have him locked up for a while too. Hopefully he doesn't leave for like a college.
I don't think he would. He doesn't think he's built
that way.
College
coaching job or something like that. Man, hopefully he sticks around. That guy is just absolutely amazing. So
today it's going to help the Bruins in free agency. Players will come to winning places, and it puts pressures on the other teams. My dad mentioned this. My dad said if Wick wins,
that's been my big take.
All the other coaches are going to be like, oh, I want that. I don't want this to become a Celtic city, and as much as they respect each other, as much as our teams support one another, we want those owners to feel some level of competition, and Wick is setting the tone. And, I think, Scott, you talked about how expensive White will be. Wick is going to pay that. White might end up being like $100 million a year player when you consider the luxury tax, and we're going to pay it.
We will. That was one of my huge takes. Is it's important too for the Celtics to win, because it puts pressure on all of our Boston teams to win it as well. All right, we got to get going, guys. Game's coming on.
We got to go up to Situ's, my grandparents' house. So thanks everybody who tuned in.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you after the game. Hopefully, very celebratory post game.
Yeah, we'll see where we're at with that. Thank you so much, everybody. Good